Hey man, hope you're having an okay day. I recently saw this YouTuber named The Conscious Man do this kind of a video, and I asked him for permission and he said I have his blessings to make a video in this format, recording in my car as well. So here we are. I want to talk to you a little bit about anxiety, especially anxiety in a long-term relationship. I have something that's called an anxious attachment style. What that pretty much is just when I get attached to people, when I make friends, with my family, with my girlfriend, pretty much people I want to hang out with, I get anxiously attached to them, meaning, for example, with my girl, I might think that she's gonna break up with me because of some random fight. Or I might think she's gonna cheat on me because I'm not man enough, or I'm not anything like that, right? Relationship goes bad for a couple of days and I'm thinking, oh, she might cheat on me. That was in the past. Now, that's not the case so much anymore. Because I've actually learned how to deal with this and how to work through this together with her, and I want to teach you how to do that as well. So first of all, my situation a couple of months and the last few years ago was our relationship. I've been dating her for almost 5.5 years at this point. It has been long distance for a long time in the relationship, just because when I finished school, I traveled a lot. Then when she finished school, she traveled a lot. And in general, right now, for example, she's studying at a university, which she has to pretty much go to that university once a month for 1 week. And apart from that, she lives at home with her parents still. So she can do the rest of that uni course online. But yeah, she's gone 1 week per month, every month. And in the past, what would often happen is she always goes to the same place, right? The university is in the same town, which is around like 6 hours, 7 hours away by car from where we live. And what would often happen in the past is my brain would just think, maybe she met a guy there, right? Because it wouldn't be that hard to meet a guy there. It's a big city. Maybe she's hanging out with that guy right now. If she didn't pick up my phone, or she didn't text me for a day, or didn't call me for a day or something, I would immediately get these thoughts, and this would eat me alive. Because, bro, I have big goals, and I have, how do I say this? I have a lot of stuff that's on my mind and that I need to get done. And this anxiety just kept me from making progress, because I would just constantly have these thoughts. I couldn't even focus on work or anything, to be honest, and kept me up at night as well. And now the situation has changed a lot. It's not perfect yet, but it's changed a lot, because the first big lesson that I want to leave you with here is it is possible to cure an anxious attachment style and to get to a more secure attachment style. Meaning, you don't have these fears anymore. You don't have this constant anxiety anymore. And that's where I'm at. I'm way more secure than I was in the past. The last time my girl was away for uni, I called her one night and she didn't pick up the phone. And for 2 seconds I thought, maybe there's something, maybe there's a guy. And then I thought, you know what? She's probably just having a deep conversation with the girl she's staying with. And that's exactly what happened. She called me half an hour later, told me, yeah, I had this deep conversation with this girl I'm staying with, and I heard your phone call, but I couldn't pick up because she was like telling me all this stuff, and there was a fucking drunk guy just stumbling. Bro, holy, it's not even 8 p.m. How is he that drunk? Fucking hell. Yeah, anyway, at the end of the day, I didn't get anxious in that situation. Not really. Like for 2 seconds, and then I was like, nah, you know what, she's probably just having a conversation. And that was the thing that actually was true. So my mind didn't go to some delusional anxiety, because my girl has never given me really a reason to think of her that way, think of her of like cheating on me or leaving me or something like that. She's never really given me a sign to think of her like that. So this is complete delusion, but we still have to deal with it, right? Because otherwise we won't become more secure. So the biggest thing with attachment styles, with an anxious attachment style, is it's not even important where it came from. Probably like some childhood trauma with parents or some other caregivers or some friends, right? And all of those are true for me, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where it came from. The only thing that matters is how can I get rid of it. And that is very simple, honestly. It's kind of straightforward, to be honest. It's getting a more secure sense of love from the people I love, for you from the people you love. What that means, for example, is in a practical step, is when my girl is away for uni, or she's traveling, or I'm traveling, especially when she's away, I just told her, you know what, just call me 3 times a day, just text me like every few hours, then I just know that you're thinking of me. Because that's the thing, I just want to feel almost like recognized, right? Almost like feel like she cares about me. And well, at the end of the day, that's what she's doing now. She's calling me a few times a day. I don't see her calls because my phone is on airplane mode 99% of the day. But then in the evening I turn airplane mode off and I see, oh nice, 2 missed calls by my girl. She cares about me. She loves me. These subtle signs of like, she loves me. That's what cures an anxious attachment style. And of course there's much more to it, and you have to definitely get a deeper understanding of all this stuff, but that's the basis. One more thing I quickly want to mention here is the moment my anxiety got so bad was the moment where our relationship got worse, specifically where our sex life became worse. You know, my girl, at one point in our relationship where our sex life already wasn't great, she got off birth control, and it essentially completely destroyed her hormones, and well, pretty much just led to her not getting her period for like 8 months, and also therefore, as you can imagine, probably not having any sex drive. And what I realized in that moment was, or during that time, was sex is something that gives me a lot of security in a relationship, good sex especially, because it makes me feel desired, it makes me feel like, yeah, I'm loved. So this may be also something you could look into, because I'll be honest, this is probably the thing that helped me most, just improving our sex life and yeah, really having better sex again. And not just for the anxiety in general, it just makes me feel way less doubtful about the relationship, right? You can work through this. This is not something that you're stuck with forever. You need to openly communicate. That's something I never did. I never used to talk about this anxiety with my girl because I was afraid of her thinking I'm weak because I talk about how I feel. What I realized, though, is that actually I'm not weak if I talk about how I'm feeling. I'm weak if I have this feeling that I'm weak and I don't express it because I think it's gonna make me weak. A strong man admits his weakness because he knows that his weakness doesn't make him weak. He knows that if he doesn't admit his weakness and if he suppresses his weakness, he will never be able to become stronger. To become stronger, he first has to admit that he is weak. So I'm not saying to whine about all this stuff to your girl and being like, oh, everything's so bad and I'm so anxious. You can do that. But what you should then do is openly, fully communicate to her and have that conviction yourself that everything will be okay. That everything is okay right now and that everything will be okay in the future. Once you have that conviction and you can communicate that effectively to your girl while expressing your anxiety, that's when you become actually better. That's when you actually make an improvement. There's no harm in communicating about your weaknesses with your girl. She knows them anyway. The feminine is very intuitive. She knows that something is going on if something is going on. Trust me, bro. She knows that you're suppressing your weakness if you are. That you're not expressing something out of fear that she might reject you because of your weakness. The truth is, she will reject you not because of your weakness, but because of your inability to express that weakness. So yeah, man, I hope this helped you. I hope this gave you hope, gave you advice on how to deal with this stuff. And if you want to learn more about this stuff, get more advice from me, get more advice from other guys who might struggle with the same thing, who also want to improve their relationship, then I've made a free community that you can join. This community is for us to collectively work through the problems we have in our relationships. Because the truth is, almost every single man struggles in some way in his relationship. And I want this community to be a place where we can collectively work through these problems, where one guy learns something and then tells the other guys. So maybe look into that. Link is in the description. And just know you can improve your relationship. There's a reason why you and your woman started dating and why you are still dating. You can do this, man. Best of luck. See you soon.